Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu King's Quest 2 Romancing the Stones. Wir werden jetzt die Tests nochmal machen.
Hello, you call out. There is no response.
Wie habe ich das gemacht?
What is this spirit you speak of?
The essence of what you seek. You will know soon enough.
Ich muss jetzt halt das meiste wegklicken, weil es nicht mehr interessant ist. Was musste ich machen?
Your hand pat. It would be.
Why do you choose?
It is my.
I was not aware.
All of us have it. I believe you.
How is it possible?
So, jetzt.
Such are not the questions you... You have come for the edge. It has not been...
Meaning, no.
Clouds.
Thank you.
A howl.
It is not
Tested?
It shall be...
After a moment of silence, the cloud spirit intones.
Behold.
The mist, a slight, but look.
Ouch.
Uh-oh.
You there?
Yes?
Yes?
Um,
Which of you two...
What are friends for? Why? And a sensible person would do it under the circumstances. Absolute absolution. Partners in crime. The sacrificial lamb. Oh Gott, ich weiß gar nicht, was ich nehmen soll. Vielleicht hätte ich die Frage davor doch abwarten sollen. What are friends for oder Partners in crime? Ich sag das hier.
You eagerly point the finger at Malvolio.
Nein.
He hit the ball over the wall.
it was all his fault.
I see. By the way,
Yeah.
and the finest...
Ja, Mist. Oh no.
Behold.
You feel this to me. You would.
Dann versuche ich wenigstens hier die richtige Antwort zu bekommen, weil ich glaube, letztes Mal habe ich auch nicht die richtige gegeben. Obwohl ich die nicht schlecht fand. Also, oder ich habe ihm einfach die Krone gegeben, ne, um alle zu...
A charming
You.
calling
Apart.
mine.
Then you.
Now
You did
not very.
You cannot.
Is that
It isn't.
if you need?
Are you
If you
before you?
Your mind. So many more.
So, ich denke, wir sagen entweder Final Act of Defiance oder Severing the Lifeline. Wobei ich nicht weiß, was damit gemeint ist. Ich nehme das
to
hier.
give you my crown would signify a change of leadership. So says the law of this land. It also says that the crown is to be worn only by those with the highest regard and intent for Daventry. So, to give it to such a vile being as you would betray the honor and memory of all the past kings who have worn it. No, I will not do it.
Not even for the sake of your family?
There are some principles for which even one's family must be sacrificed.
The man appraises you as a scientist would a unique specimen.
What an intriguing set of morals you have, King Graham. I almost look forward to the time when you will put aside your obligations here and seek me out. I have foreseen that we shall meet again.
Ah. Okay, das scheint aber richtig gewesen zu sein. Das ist schon mal gut. Und beim dritten
Behold.
weiß ich, was richtig ist.
Once again, as
How do you feel?
I am deeply honored, sire.
All right. Now, how do you really feel?
Scared out of my wits, sire.
you smile.
You know it.
The people,
You do.
of course.
And there is the matter of you not being of royal birth. That does not sit comfortably with some of the nobles.
The qualities of truth, right, and order can shine from even the most impoverished of souls. Nobility is defined through one's actions, not one's lineage, Your Majesty.
You cannot.
Knight.
Kneel. Your sword. By virtue of your bravery, loyalty, and good conscience, I have chosen you to be my first knight. Thus you are my successor and heir to this throne. Arise, Sir Connor of Daventry.
Mal gucken, ob das gereicht hat, aber ich denke fast nicht.
In an instant, you find yourself standing before the Cloud Spirit.
You have demonstrated some understanding of compassion, honor, and loyalty. These attributes transcend the mind and speak of the soul within you. Growth continues unabated throughout the lives of all living things. While you still have much to learn, you will continue to grow in all ways. You are judged worthy of the Heir and Growth Gem.
Okay, cool.
You take the Growth Gem. As you feel the knowledge of the last test fade from your mind, the cloud beneath your feet begins to evaporate. You'd better get out of here quickly, Graham.
Okay. Bitte nimm mich mit.
Finally, your flight comes to an end. You hope that it will be quite a while before you take to the air again.
Where would you like me to land?
On the ground would be fine.
Take this sugar cube. It will protect against the poisonous growth of this land. Fare thee well.
As dusk sets in and the pallid moon rises above the darkened horizon, you recall the Door of Destiny's words regarding the third gem, through swampy mire, in lone dark castle. Then you remember the great Neptune's disquiet reluctance to speak of Kalima's lord. You sense a growing unease that this final gem may not be the easiest to acquire.
Und ich kann die Glocke der Kirche hören. Vielleicht soll ich auch mal speichern gleich. Da sehe ich schon rote Augen. Speichern. At night. So, kann ich jetzt bitte hier rein?
Finding the door unlocked and unbarred, you enter the church.
Okay. Wir gucken uns erstmal
You look over the Bible, which appears to be many decades old. You open it and find that an otherwise blank page at the front has been written on. It is dated over 20 years ago.
To all those who have heard the word, we are the chosen few, blessed by the spirits of the wild, destined for greatness, concealed by the cloth. There is but one challenge we must overcome before our future can be set in stone. The simple people of Kolyma cling still to the memory of their former ruler. Even now, years after his fate's dark turn, they retain their hope that he will not forsake them. As long as this is so, our goal cannot be attained. So, my brothers, it is our duty to see the land cleansed of its blight. Do not fear our enemy. Our faith, purpose, and power will guide us to the future we were promised. A path has been found to him, O brothers. Let him hear the warning howls. The cloth will be lifted for all time, and our songs will echo the end of him, his influence, and his family. Our time's at hand. Loawoff. Das klingt walisisch, würde ich sagen.
You return the Bible to where you found it. You also notice that a page from the Bible has fallen onto the floor. You pick up the fallen page and read it. The words appear to have been written recently. Spiders earnest with spindly eight spin webs with negligible weight.
Aha. Okay, das ist alles, was da steht, ja?
You read spider. It looks like a normal sugar cube. It does have a bit of sparkle, though.
Kann ich das mit irgendwas verbinden?
Nothing.
Wahrscheinlich nicht. Okay. Kann ich... Was ist das?
This collection box is for money and valuables. Its contents are to be removed only by the monks.
Natürlich.
The monk is dressed in a simple ankle-length robe. A belt of thick leather is tied around his ample waist. He wears worn sandals. The symbol of the faith is displayed prominently in the church. Candles burn solemnly in the dead of night. A hideous statue of a grinning fiend forms an archway leading to the church's outdoor cemetery.
Gut, ich würde erstmal mit dir reden wollen.
The monk is in deep prayer and does not respond to your words.
Okay. Dann gehen wir mal weiter. Okay, das ist nicht der beste Ort, um nachts zu sein, würde ich mal behaupten.
You've never been terribly fond of gargoyles, and this one isn't likely to sway your opinion.
Soll ich hier mal reingehen? Wenn es geht? Ach so, da ist eine Tür vor.
You have about as much an inkling to enter the crypt as a fish has to walk. Show some respect.
Ja, ich wollte es doch nur angucken.
Lester Williamson, 1300 to 1345. Here lies a man who feared all bugs, too scared to even lift his rugs. For if he had, he would have found insects that make little sound, with bites so deadly for their size that surely did cause his demise. Rarlap Niven, 985 to 1015. The jester joked his life away until a quip he made one day. Insulted was a baron's son who had this poor old jester hung.
Oh, traurig.
Larman Odnarb, 1175 to 1200. Dear old Larman was a healer, cured many a deadly fever. One he caught that bitter day, healed not himself and passed away.
Okay.
Lyot O'Maleef, 1200 to 1256. She was a lady with strange habits, who as friends kept only rabbits. When time came her hunger due, her friends all wound up in her stew. The other creatures, also bunnies, found this not remotely funny, so their swift revenge they sought. the kitchen in her sleep they brought, heaved her into the large pot, which was, regretfully, much too hot.
Okay, also die Hasen haben sie umgebracht. Mhm.
Bridget O. Troublewater, 1248 to 1299. During the annual house inspection, she spied a mirror and its reflection. For days she lovingly gazed at it, unable to sleep or eat or sit. With the last of her earthly power, there she remained till her final hour.
Ooh.
This is the church cemetery. Given how many souls have been laid to rest over the many years, you imagine this place has seen its share of sorrow.
Wir versuchen mal alle hier zu lesen.
Faith Cinders, 998 to 1029. Alas, my dear, you've come too near to your heart's great desire. It seems that now you've run afoul and should not have lit that fire. Judas Morton, 1365 to 1415. Here lies a foolish non-believer, with shame deep as this hole. Even God, though wise and powerful, cannot save his wretched soul. This is the church. This is Coco Airboul, 1205 to 1252. The writer wrote until he bled. In his final agony he said, I will not lift my trusty pen till I at last have reached the end. Coco Airboul. Hamish Bite, 1226 to 1258. Besides religious connotation, reverence paid daily as we should, it is a tradesman's irony that a carpenter was killed upon the wood. Lefleur Povance, 905 to 987. The power brought unto this world is as unholy as this sage. Doomed are those that have descended from the blood of a first mage.
Hatte ich die beiden schon? Ja, ne?
Rarlop, Lester William.
Ja. Gucken wir hier hinten mal.
Goulash Thompson, 1370 to 1441. Never in all his living years had he ever seen such sights. For hours did he stare at them, those beautiful, dazzling lights. So happy was he that he had been able to live to see this night. But down a cliff he blindly fell, for the lights had been too bright. Rebecca Twintle, 1250 to 1273. In that usual daring way of hers, she threw caution to the wind. Late one eve she risked a venture, and went out to sea with him. Totally in love she was, so filled with careless whim, that when he threw her overboard, she never thought to swim. Here lies the Odnarb family. Evidently they were well respected to have their own area. Here lie.
Okay, ich glaube, dann habe ich alle. Kann ich hier noch weiter? Okay, anscheinend nicht. Ich denke mal, es geht jetzt auch nur noch zurück zur Kirche. Ja, okay, da anscheinend auch nicht, dann eben hier. Aber was bringt uns das jetzt, dass wir hier in der Kirche sind? Wir haben den Zettel hier. Kann ich die Kerze irgendwie
You
hier
can
mit...
think of no immediate use for the candle, so you decide not to light it here. That
haben wir Geld oder irgendwas? Ich kann die hier reinwerfen. Oh,
you deposit a treasure into the collection box. The monk stirs, stands, and turns to face you.
kann ich jetzt mit dir reden?
Father, I go now to a place of darkness. While I am stout of heart, the path laid down before me is unclear. I seek only the knowledge that my passage be illuminated by heavenly favor, and a prayer that I may make it through.
The monk gives you a reassuring smile and pats you on the shoulder. He then lifts a silver cross from around his neck and places it in your hands.
Thank you.
You are welcome, my child.
You can talk?
Of course.
I thought monks were forbidden from speaking.
Not all churches follow the same rules, and this church is quite unique.
Really? How so?
The monk just smiles placidly at you.
Können wir versuchen, nochmal mit ihm zu reden?
About this crucifix.
I believe you will find the cross to be of immense value. It has come to us at a huge price.
It was expensive?
I mean that it has cost us more than any value to be in possession of it.
If I may ask, why is it that you only open the church at dusk?
We find the late hours more favorable.
Surely then you would not have many in your congregation.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, das ist eine ziemlich merkwürdige Kirche.
What do you know of the Count?
Only that he is a heathen, a blasphemer. You serve God well by going there, my child. Bless you.
The monk smiles at you, turns back to the altar, kneels, and resumes his prayers.
Okay, also wir haben jetzt das Kruzifix.
You place the silver cross and chain around your neck and wear it as a necklace.
Okay, das heißt, das wird uns hoffentlich beschützen. Und wir haben diesen dieses Zuckerstück, das uns auch beschützen soll. Ja, ist es denn jetzt wirklich Zeit, schon durch den Swamp zu gehen? Ich weiß ja nicht. Bestimmt kann ich hier noch mehr Sachen machen. Ich weiß auch nicht, wieso können wir auf den Friedhof gehen.
You read spiders earnest with spindly eight, spin webs with negligible weight.
Das ergibt für mich alles noch keinen Sinn. Wir haben auch immer noch diese goldene Scheibe.
This odd circular device intrigues you. It depicts several...
Ich gehe noch einmal nach hinten, einfach weil ich nichts verpassen will. Aber ich wüsste nicht, was ich hier machen soll.
You have about as much... Show some... There is no...
Nee, er will da ja nicht rein. Vielleicht irgendwann. Wenigstens wissen wir jetzt, wo wir landen, wenn wir hier sterben. So, ich glaube, ich werde nochmal speichern.
They are fairly tall.
Nee, ich will die roten Augen
Trees
angucken. Und jetzt läuten die Glocken auch nicht mehr. Es ist so dunkel.
Without warning, a pair of wolves dart out of the dark forest and dash towards you. For a minute there, you thought those wolves were going to attack. Curious as to why they didn't, you decide to follow them.
Ach, tue ich?
You see the monk standing alone outside the church. Then you notice the two wolves approaching him. You are about to yell a warning to the monk, but the words die in your throat as the man steps forward and pats the wolves' heads.
No, my brothers, we must not hurt him. Not yet. He will go to the heathen's abode. He will do what needs to be done. What if he does not? Then, my brothers, we will complete the task before us, the one we began many
years ago.
You quickly move away from the church, your heart racing faster with every step. You have a good idea now what will happen once the moon comes out in full, and you do not want to be anywhere near here when it does. One thing's for sure, you're not getting married in that church.
Ja, und sterben möchte ich jetzt auch nicht mehr und auf diesen Friedhof kommen. Okay, also der Typ ist ein Werwolf vielleicht oder sowas in der Art. Okay. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich jetzt wirklich schon in den Sumpf gehen will, weil hier sind doch eigentlich noch voll viele Sachen, die wir erkunden müssten, oder? Ja, komm. Was ist hier? Kann ich hier jetzt rein?
You rap on the treehouse door and wait a moment, but get no response.
Schade. Okay, dann gehen wir jetzt doch Richtung Sumpf und gucken mal, was dort passiert. Ich bin ja schon ein bisschen gespannt, weil letztes Mal, als ich kurz da war, war es halt echt ein Labyrinth und ich weiß nicht, wie wir jetzt da durchgehen sollen. Und er läuft schneller. Er läuft schneller als am Tag. Ja, ist glaube ich egal, wo ich jetzt lang gehe. Es ist so dunkel. Gut. Hier sind wir dann ja gleich angekommen. Und ich würde sagen, das war's für diese Folge. Beim nächsten Mal gehen wir in den Sumpf und gucken, dass wir nicht sterben, sondern bis zum Schloss kommen. Bis dann.